Hello. So, good afternoon, good evening, or good morning kung kailan nyo man to napapanood, no? So, I'll be recording our last topic for organic chemistry, no? Which is your IUPAC nomenclature or naming of organic compounds. So, here we are going to tackle about the rules on how we name organic compounds and how do we write them in a structural form, condensed form, and even in their Lewis structure. Okay? So I know that I already discussed this on our face-to-face setup, but we need to I have to do this recorded video no para may babalik-balikan kayo as you go along with our exam, okay? So remember that May 18 will be your quiz. So after watching this, you have to go to a Google form link, no, para ma-answeran nyo siya. Okay? May 19 is the submission of your finals problem set, and May 20 would be your exam. Okay? So that's our three most important dates for this semester. Okay? Okay. So naming organic compounds, no? So this is the basic rules on how do we name organic compounds. So first of all, no, to name of any or the name of any organic compound is comprised of three portions. You have the prefix, you have the root, and the suffix. Okay. So the prefix, it identifies any group chain attached to the chain. Okay. So attached to the main chain. Okay, so that is your prefix. So basically, if we have a alkane, alkene, or alkyne, okay, yung prefix natin kung how many carbons are there in your compound. Especially when we say organic chemistry, organic compounds, these are all carbon-containing compound. Okay, so B, that's the carbon here. So we also have the root. The root or this is the name of the compound that is determined from the number of C atoms in the longest continuous chain. So kailangan whenever you name an organic compound, it should be the longest continuous chain. Okay? The suffix, it indicates the type of organic compound and is placed after the root. Okay, so the suffix there, it tells us if it has a single bond, double bond, or triple bond, or kung ano mang functional group siya later on that we will be discussing. Okay? So root names of carbon chains and branches, no? So here we have here the number of atoms or the carbon atoms and its corresponding roots, no? So we have meth, eth, prof, and so on and so forth, no? So I remember that I asked you to search for the remaining roots, no? If we have a number of carbon atoms that is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, no? I trust you that you have this on your lecture notebooks, okay? So the parent part of the name tells you how many carbons are in the main chain of the molecule. So let's say we have here the parent is named based on the number of carbons. So if you have CH4, as you can see there, we only have one carbon. Okay, so from that, okay, one carbon from our table in our previous slide, it tells you what would be the name. So one means or one corresponds to meth. So this is a methane since we have a single bond here. So if we're going to draw the Lewis structure of methane, somehow like this, no? H, this is H, H, H. Okay? So wala kang makikitang double or triple bond, no? Kaya alkene kaya siya CH4. Okay? So, if you have two carbons, S naman siya, okay? Well, bibilangin mo lang naman yung carbons dyan for us to name the organic compound. Okay? 3 carbons prof, 4 but, pag 5 carbons, pent, 6 hex, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, putting together a name, this is the rules for a IUPAC nomenclature. Okay? So, first, you identify the suffix. So, ano ba yung functional group niya? So, kasi mamaya, maano natin yung mga functional group na yun, kung carboxylic acid ba siya, kung amine ba siya, amide, alcohol, ester, ether, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, we have to find also the main chain. Pag sabi natin main chain, dapat siya yung longest chain. Yung parent chain natin, kailangan siya yung may pinakamahabang chain when we name an organic compound. Okay? Number the main chain, identify all prefixes and the position numbers, and write the full name, prefixes, parent, and suffix. Okay? So, these are the steps, 5 steps. Okay? I'm so sorry for this typographical error here. Okay? So that is how we put together a name for organic compound. Now, let's take a look alkanes. So first, we have to identify the suffix. So, kung alam natin kung anong functional group niya, so di ba we are just taking the suffix. So, kung wala tayong makitang double or triple bond or anything na functional group, that is already an alkane. Okay? So, as you can see here, in our example here, wala tayong double bond or triple bond. So, nakikita lang natin po to sila single bond. Kaya, ang kukunin nating suffix is your A and E. Okay? So, find the main chain, no? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, wala pa naman tayong branch. Okay? So, straight chain pa rin tayo. So, 4 carbons is present in this figure. And then, so from that, we have 4 carbons. Ano yung root niya? Diba? Bute. Okay? So, yun yung prefix natin, bute. And then, ano ang suffix? A and E. Kaya, ang molecule na to is named butane. Okay? So, that's how you name alkane. Okay? So, name the following alkanes shown as both condensed formula and displayed formula. So, ganito lang yan. You will just count the number of carbons. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, let's see if consistent siya dun sa condensed, no? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kung 6 siya, ano yung root natin for 6 carbons? Diba? Hex. And from this, dito sa chain na ito, may nakikita ka bang double bond or triple bond? If wala, okay, so that would be hexane. Okay? So that's how we name straight chain alkane formula. Okay? Now, let's take a look alkenes. Okay? Pag alkenes, no, ito na yung may double bond na tayo. Kung may E and E ka na nakikita sa names ng mga iba't iba, let's say if you see a beauty product, tapos may butene, propene, yan, may mga double bond tayo na nandoon sa component ng mga product na yon. Okay? So, if you're going to find the main chain, kailangan kasi nandun tayo, yung double bond, nandun siya sa least number of carbon. Okay? So, kasi if you're going to count here, let's say for example, I use another color of marker. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And we can also count this kasi as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So whenever we name this kind of functional groups, no, kailangan yung double bond or triple bond ay nandoon sa least number ng carbon. So in this case, we have the red one. Ipa-follow natin yung red one. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we all know it's an E and E. Okay? So butene. Okay? Butene ang pangalan nito. Okay? Kasi kung papangalanan natin to, if we're going to follow the yellow ones, this would be but 3En. Or in, okay? Or 3-butene, okay? So, marami kasi tayong mga other names for that, no? Pero kasi, IUPAC tells us that if we have a double bond or a triple bond, no, kailangan nasa least number ng carbon yung makikita natin yung double bond or the triple bond, okay? So, that is for your alkenes. And for your alkyne, no, pag alkyne same lang din, pag triple bond na may makukuha, kailangan nandun tayo sa least number ng carbon. Okay? Pag nasa alkyne na tayo. Okay? Okay. Now, let's take a look at rings. So, kung rings lang siya, ang magiging ano lang naman yan, cyclo. O, sasabihin nyo, sir, paano pag square? O, kahit square yan, ha? Pag naka-enclose na lang siya, sige, pag may enclosure, cyclo, okay? So, let's say, for example, here, bibilangin nyo lang naman yung carbon. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, okay? So, this is hexane yan, di ba? Pero naka-enclose, lagyan nyo lang naman cyclo. Okay? So, ganun lang naman siya. Kuha. Tapos, let's say for example, kahit ganitong drawing na lang siya, you all know that node to node that is a carbon. Tapos, di ba pag may substituent ng mga halogens, nagiging bromo, chloro, fluoro. Okay? So, remember that. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you have 2 bromo, 6 chloro, cyclo, hexane. O, ganyan lang siya mag-name, ha? O, remember the rules sa halogens natin. Kailangan, gagawin nyo lang siyang chloro, bromo, or fluoro. Kung ano man yung halogens na naka-attach. Okay? Let's look at alkyl groups before we move on. So, alkyl groups are similarly to alkanes based on the number of carbons in the substituent. Ibig sabihin, itong mga to, hindi na sila part nung state chain mo. Kasi di ba dapat yung state chain mo, sila may longest number of carbon. Kasi may mga times, alam ko sa mga example ko sa face-to-face, no, may mga kinakount tayo na dapat 8 siya. Tapos yung ipag-gagawa tayo ng ibang root, magsa-7 siya. Pero di ba, whenever we did not consider that, that's already an alkyl group. And how do we name them? Okay, so kung ilan pa rin yung carbon na nandoon, no, ipa-follow pa rin natin yung roots. Basta we are just going to add YL because this will stand for substituent or alkyl group. Okay? So, 2-carbon alkane is called ethane, no? Pero pag substituent siya, ethyl na siya. And isa din sa rules, no, kailangan pag nag-aano tayo ng mga substituent, alphabetically arranged, no? Hindi natin ko-consider yung mga di, yung mga mono, yung mga tri, no? So kung ano man yung substituent natin, kailangan naka-alphabetically arranged pa rin sila regardless of kung pang ilang carbon sila naka-attach. Okay? So let's say for example here, this is an alkane, itong figure na nandito sa taas, okay? So, if we're going to consider kasi, di ba, 1, 2, 3, 4, apat lang yung carbon niya. So, dito naman, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 ulit, 5 papunta doon, 5 papunta din doon, 4. So, ito 4 na to, ito 5. How about kung say change siya, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So, pwede natin i-consider ito, papunta itong numbering na to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basta't yung isa niyan ay magiging, ano na siya, substituent. Okay? So, kung isa lang yan, di ba pag isa ang carbon, that's methyl. Isa lang din ito. Okay? So, kung papangalan natin yan, unahin nyo muna kung saan naka-attach na carbon yung substituent. So, do you have 3 and meron tayo sa 4. Okay? Pwede sa 4. Either way, no? Magiging substituent pa rin yan. So, you have 3, 4. Ilan yung methyl? 2, kaya siya dimethyl. Tapos from the state chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pentane. Okay? So that's how you name this carbon chain na may substituent. Okay? 3,4-dimethyl pentane. Bakit siya naging 3,4-dimethyl? Ilan ba yung methyl na naka-attach? 2. Eh, di ba ang Greek prefix natin for 2 is di, tri, no? You are all familiar with these prefixes sa third quarter natin. Okay? Yun lang naman siya, okay? How about this one? So, if you're going to consider this, 1, 2, 3, 4, number natin, 2, 3, 4, or pwede din kasi siya dito, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, pero maiksi lang yung root natin doon. Pero syempre, pipiliin natin is the longest root. Okay? So from here, may dalawa tayong methyl na naka-attach. So this, if we're going to name this, kung saan naka-attach siya, number 2, ilan yung methyl? Dalawa, dimethyl. Dimethyl, 1, 2, 3, 4, but. Since straight chain at single bond, butane. Okay? So that's 2-dimethyl butane. Okay? So that's how you name organic compounds with the substituents. O, yan siya. 2-methyl. Pero dalawa sila, dimethyl siya. Okay? So, this is an alkene, as we all know. Kasi may double bond tayo here. So, kung papangalanan natin siya or nanumberan natin siya, kailangan nandun tayo sa lowest carbon. No? So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Pwede doon. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. So, either way, yung apat pa rin, yung isa dyan magiging substituent, di ba? So, lalagyan, or lalabelan natin siya as 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito na lang magiging substituent natin. And isang carbon, that's methyl. So, kung papangalanan natin siya, this is 3-methyl. Methyl. But. Since nasa 1 siya, no need na ilagay yung but1ene. So, this is 3-methyl butene. Okay? So, yan ay magiging ano na lang yan, reading materials nyo na lang ito. Okay? O, ayan siya. It's 3-methyl butene. Okay? Let's try to name this, no? So, bibilang tayo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way. Or dito kasi 1, 2, 3, tas 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, isa pa rin dyan ay magiging substituent. So, gawin ko na to mga substituent na yan, no? So, lagyan natin ng label yung carbons. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, this is 2, 3. Ilan yung methyl? Dimethyl. 4 yung parent chain natin, butane. Okay? So, that's 2, 3, dimethyl butane. Okay? So, let's try number 2. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh, maiksi siya. 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, no pa rin. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, pipiliin natin yung longest chain. So, let's label it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So, saan naka-attach, no? Oh, may methyl tayo dito. May methyl din. May methyl din tayo sa 3. So, that is 2, 2, 3. Ilan yung methyl? Trimethyl pentane. Okay? Kasi 5 yung carbon. 3 ang methyl. At saan sila naka-attach? 2, 2 pa rin to kasi pareho silang yung methyl pareho naka-attach sa number 2 carbon. Okay? So, that's 2, 2, 3, trimethyl pentane. Okay? Next. How about this one? Diba sabi ko sa'yo, kailangan yung double bond, it should be on the least number of carbon. So, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Or this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Diba? Dapat dito siya. So, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So, naka-attach yung dalawang methyl sa number 3. So, this would be 3, 3, dimethyl. 4 na carbon, butene. Okay? So, that's the name of this 3 sample exercises. Okay? So, functional groups tayo. So, yung mga nauna natin pag-usapan, those are alkanes. Functional group pa rin yon. Kaso, parang sila yung pinaka-basic. Okay? Pinaka-basic na kailangan natin matutunan on how to name organic compounds. Okay? So, sa functional group, it could be an atom or a group of atoms within a molecule that is responsible for its characteristic chemical reactions. So, dito meron na tayong makikitang oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, and so on and so forth. Okay? Quick ano lang tayo. Alkanes. Carbon and hydrogen na makita sa alkanes. Single bonds. Tapos, yung name nila nag-end sa A and E. Tapos, di ba, ano yung formula natin or parang, the formula for alkanes, that is CN, H2N plus 2. Okay? Para, halimbawa, pag sabi sa inyo, 5 carbons. Halimbawa, you are given, identify the condensed formula if you have a 5 carbon. So that's your N is equal to 5. So Cn, that's 5, H2N, 2 times 5, 10 plus 2, 12. So you all know that if you're going to draw the Lewis structure like this one, okay, may 5 carbons ka, dapat makikita kong hydrogen dyan is 12. Yun yung tulong nito. Okay? You have alkenes. So, carbon and hydrogen ulit ang makikita pag alkenes. May double bond at nagtatapos tayo sa E and E. So, this is CnH2n. Yan yung formula niya. Okay? And you also have alkynes. So, carbon and hydrogen ulit ang makikita sa alkynes. Triple bond to. So, this is CnH2n minus 2. Okay? So, yun yung formula ng tatlong yan. Proceed tayo sa alcohols. Sa alcohols, may makikita ka dyan ng isang oxygen. Or actually, this OH. Yan yung maging ano niya. Kasi alcohols are OH ang parang mnemonic. Para ma-identify mo kasi agad na alcohol yung isang compound. Etong R na to, these are all carbon-containing compounds, okay, na may attachment na OH. Okay? So, can be classified as first degree, second degree, or third degree according to the position of OH group on a carbon skeleton. So, mamaya may example ako regarding that. So, they are named alkanol. Paano yung alkanol na lang? Bilangin nyo lang yung carbon dun sa may R na yan. Let's say, for example, here, 1, 2. Diba? 2, carbon is F. F. Tapos may nakita kang OH. So, this is ethanol. Hindi na siya ethane. Diba? Pag hindi ito OH, kung H yung naka-attach dyan, no, that is ethane. Pero pag may nakita ka ng OH, no, OH dapat ang palatandaan, that will be ethanol. So, ito yung structure ng ating ethyl alcohol. Pwede din kasi yan na gawin mo etong part na yan, di ba? Ito yung format natin, ROH. Hatiin ko dyan. You have OH here, this is your whole R. Okay? Di ba? As a substituent, this is ethyl. Kasi dalawang carbon, substituent, di ba? Tapos, pag gagawin mo siyang as substituent, kukunin mo na yung functional group, ethyl alcohol. So, yan yung pangalan ng ethyl alcohol na alam ninyo na ginagamit natin for disinfection. Okay? But, the IUPAC name is ethanol. This is the common name, ethyl alcohol. Okay? So, let's say for example, kung tatlo yan, tas may OH ka dyan, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, prop, tapos, anol siya, di ba? Kasi OH siya, propanol. Or this is propyl alcohol. Sorry. Yan na yon. Yan yung mga alam nyo na. Okay? So, dun sa sinasabi nating first degree, second degree, third degree, ito siya. Okay? So, when we say first degree, primary alcohol, nasa number 1 carbon naka-attach yung OH. Pag secondary, nasa second carbon. Pag tertiary, okay, nasa third carbon. Okay, naka-attach yung OH. Okay? Yeah. No, sorry. For tertiary alcohol, meron tayong methyl na naka-attach sa second. Parang to. Anyway, okay? So, that's your primary, secondary, or tertiary, okay? So, we also have aldehydes. Only one oxygen. Pero ito yung component niya, CHO. Kung si alcohol, ROH, si aldehyde, ARCHO. Yan yung niya, ARCHO. ARCHO. Ayan yung magiging palatandaan nyo for aldehydes, okay? So, alkanal naman yung kanilang name, no? Let's say, for example, bibilang nyo pa rin yung carbon na nandun sa CHO. So, 1, 2. So, that's ethanol. Okay? Ethanol. Pag tatlo, 1, 2, 3. Tapos, this is ONH. 1, 2, 3. This is propanol. Okay? So, that's your aldehydes. Okay? Ketones. Oxygen ulit na naka-double bond sa carbon. Ito yung palatandaan mo. Okay? Si ketones are core. Yan ang palatandaan nyo. May functional group tayo na R and R, tapos may CO sa gitna. Yan ang talagang itsura ng ketones. Okay? So, you can name them, ito ha, alkanone. Alkanone. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, propanone. Yung acetone, actually, yung acetone, 2 carbon. Okay? Acetone. Yeah, this is the structure yon ng ketone. Acetone. Okay? That's your ketone. Okay? Esters, 2 oxygen na to. Ang ano naman natin sa ester is RCOOR. R-COOR. R-COOR naman kay esters. Basta't may 2 tayong oxygen na makikita. Okay? Ito yung separation ninyo. Yung COO na yan, yun yung separation nyo. Okay? So, this would be yung first dito. Ba't siya naging methyl? 1 carbon. Okay? Tapos, from here na yan, 1, 2, that's F na siya. 2 carbon. Ethanoate. Okay? So, this is methyl ethanoate. Okay? That is your esters. Okay? So, di ba? Ganito ang patandaan yan. Nasaan yung COO mo? So, yun yung magiging starting point mo. Tapos, kung ano may naka-attach dyan, o kahit saan tayo magsimula, kahit dito on my right side, dito ako magsa-start. Di ba? Kung ano yung nasa right ni COO mo, magiging substituent ito. So, di ba, isang carbon, methyl, kasi meth tapos YL as substituent, alkyl substituent. And then, from here na nga, papunta ka sa left ko niyan, okay, 1, 2, that's etha, pero, ang suffix mo na nun, O-wait. Kaya siya naging methyl ethanoate. Okay? That's for your esters. Carboxylic acids. When we say carboxylic acids naman, meron tayong COO pa rin, katulad ng ester, but then, ang dulo niya is H. Okay? COOH. So, this is RQ. RQ siya, no? RQ. Ito, RCOR, yung kay ester, RCOR, si carboxylic, RQ. RQ. Hindi sa RQ. RQ. Okay? So, 1, 2, ethanoic acid, also known, this is acetic acid. Suka. So, that is the structure of acetic acid. Okay? May oic acid tayo pag may nakikita tayong carboxylic acids. Okay? Ether. Okay? Sa ether naman, meron din tayong, may isa tayong oxygen, walang OH group or CO group. Basta't may nakita kang oxygen na isa lang. Okay? So, this is ROR. ROR. Yung mga R na yan ha, mga functional groups yan, no? About alkane or alkene man na naka-attach dyan. Okay? So, ano lang yan, separation nyo is O, ilan to? 2, ethyl. Ilan to? Isa, methyl. Di ethyl, methyl, ether. Ganun lang siya pangalanan. Ethyl, methyl, ether. Okay? You also have amines. Sa amines, meron tayong NH2 group. Okay? Ito na yung may nitrogen. So, ito niyan, di ba, 1, 2, ethylamine. Ethylamine. 2 carbon, ethyl, tapos ito amine. Di ethylamine. Ano to? R and H2. Yan naman ang ating mnemonic for amine. So, may mga primary and secondary amine din tayo. Primary, isang methyl group ang naka-attach. Secondary, 2 methyl group. Tertiary, 3 methyl group. Okay? So, ganyan lang siya. Amide, meron tayong NH2 and CO on the same carbon. Okay? So, meron tayong CO, meron tayong NH2. So, ganun lang din siya. Bibilangin yung carbon. This is S. Tapos, ito yung ano niya. Ethanamide. Ito. Ethanamide. So, that's how you name amide. Okay? Ano ang meron tayo kay amide? RCONH2. Kumukomplikado na tayo sa mga mnemonics natin. Okay? And of course, the haloalkanes, ito na yung may mga, yung tinuro ko sa inyo, ang substituent na yung mga halogens. So, RX to. Okay? So, di ba naging chloro, naging fluoro, naging bromo, depende kung anong halogens ang naka-attach doon sa ating carbon-containing group. Okay? To summarize, so you have the hydrocarbons alkane and alkene, R, CH3, R, C double bond, CH2, or set single bond and double bond. No? Meron din tayo dyan suffix name ending natin, ANE, no? Oh, table na siya, okay? Tapos, carboxylic acid, RCOOH, okay? Ester, RCOOR, and amide, RCONH2. Okay, so, yan, binigay ko na yan as your module, no? Sana nabasa nyo siya. Kuha. Nakuha. So, let's try this. Oh, nawala na yung annotations ko. So, number 2, you have this R na 6. Tapos, may isa kang 1 doon, no? So, this is, how do you name that? Pwede din kasing methyl. This is your substituent. Hexanone. Kasi 6. Tapos ketone. Nandun na siya. Okay? How about this one? This is ether. Diba? So, this is a methyl. Methyl yan. How about this one? 4, 5. This is pentyl. Diba? Arrange mo lang. Methyl, pentyl, ether. And lastly, this is your amine yan. So this is 1, 2. Ethanamine. So, ganyan lang sila pangalanan. Pero kasi pinapa-identify ko lang dito kung ano yung functional group. Okay? Kuha. Okay. So, kung gagawin nyo yan, gawin nyo siya on your own. Ano na rin yan? Parang review na rin yan. Okay? So, isomerism tayo, no? Pag sabi natin isomerism, may mga instances kasi na kahit na, alam C6H14, alambawa lang, C6H14, pwede kasi natin siyang straight chain, tas meron din tayong another format na may C6H14 din. Kasi dito kasi, dapat makita mo 6 na carbon, tas 14 na hydrogen. So, may time na iba yung pagkakaintindi ng isang chemist to a chemist, baka magkaiba yung kanilang drawing. Okay? So, we need to discuss this also, no? So, when we say molecular formula, it describes the actual number and types of atoms present in a compound, but it does not give any information on how the atoms are arranged. On the other hand, the structural formula shows not only the number of atoms, but also the arrangement of atoms in space. Okay? Compounds having the same molecular formula but having different structural formulas are referred to as an isomer. The two major classification of isomer are structural or constitutional. So, pwede din tayo, sorry, di ko kasi siya mabasa. Two major classification of isomers are structural or constitutional isomer and stereoisomer or configurational isomer. Okay? So when we say structural or constitutional isomer, these are molecules with the same molecular formula but with different connections of atoms. Okay? It is classified into the chain, positional, and functional isomers. So, pag sabi natin chain isomers, isa siyang type ng structure or constitutional isomer which has the same molecular formula but differs in the arrangement. Let's say, for example, ito nga, C6H14. So, alam natin ganito ang itsura ng C6H14. Gagawin natin siyang skeletal, no? Diba? That's state chain. Pero kasi, C6H14 can also be named as 2-methylpentane. Halimbawa, ganito siya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapos, eto, mali pa nga pag-name yan. This is 3. Sorry, 3-methylpentane. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-methylpentane yan. Pero kasi, C6H14 pa rin sila pareho. 'Di ba kung ito lang ang binigay sa inyo at hindi binigay ang pangalan, may hihirapan talaga kayo. Kaya usually, ang naming natin sa organic chemistry, naka-chain na siya or kung naka-condense siya, i-identify talaga ng maayos paano yung pagka-condense just like this one. Okay? Kasi kung ganito lang ibibigay, malilito talaga kayo. Kasi hindi niyo alam kung anong form or arrangement ng atom sa space yung C6H14 na yan. Okay? So, we also have positional isomers, are another type of structural or constitutional isomer in which the basic carbon skeleton remained unchanged but differs in the location of a non-carbon group. For example, yung 1-hexanal and 2-hexanol. Okay? Pareho silang may OH, no, na this is hexanol. Sorry, hexanol. Okay? Hexanol. So, pareho silang may OH, but it differs on the arrangement. Hindi naman napalitan yung number ng carbons, number ng hydrogen, at yung OH. Pero kasi dito, clearly, it states there na yung OH nakatouch siya sa number 1 carbon, 1-hexanol. Etong 2-hexanol, yung OH nakatouch siya sa second carbon. Okay, kumbaga parang ano mo siya, address mo siya kung saan ka nakalocate, ganun yung ganun mo siya i-draw or ganun mo gagawin yung condensed formula niya. Okay? But then again, as you can see, kung hindi naka-identify na 1-hexanol yan or 2-hexanol, hindi mo malalaman kung saan naka-attach yung OH. Okay? That's positional isomers.